Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, June 26th. Well, the pattern we're in is quite an amazing looking pattern with the potential for heavy rainfall up and down the East Coast over the next week to 10 days or so. Flooding will very likely become a major concern as we will have multiple rounds of heavy showers and strong thunderstorms over the next several days. The pattern is quite incredible for this time of the year, with a strong upper level low setting up over the Great Lakes region by the end of the week. And once it's there, it'll kind of sit and spin there for a few days, and that'll allow for Gulf of Mexico moisture to ride up and down the East Coast over the next several days with multiple bands of showers and strong thunderstorms. Any one of these showers can dump quite a bit of rainfall in a short period of time, and any one of the thunderstorms can reach strong to severe levels over the next several days. Let's start off by looking at some of the surface conditions and surface forecast maps, but then we'll focus in on the upper air because that really tells the story for this upcoming very wet pattern here in the eastern part of the country. First of all, high pressure continues to sit along the East Coast, pumping very humid air into the Mid-Atlantic region on low-level southwesterly flow of air. Cold frontal system, again, is starting to try to get organized out here in the middle part of the country. Still another very hot day in the southern Rockies, however, with temperatures way up in the 90s. They will start a cooling trend over the next few days in the southern Rockies. The mid to upper 90s today. By the end of the weekend, they could be back down to more seasonable middle 80s for highs. Still quite cool for today for this time of the year along the west coast, but a big warm-up is coming to that part of the country over the next few days as a tremendously extensive and strong upper-level ridge will shift to the interior west over the next few days. At the same time, upper-level low sets up over the Great Lakes region. Well, same kind of a radar image from this morning compared to yesterday morning, with lots of scattered showers and thunderstorms along the northern extent of the high pressure that's sitting along the southeastern part of the country and the mid-Atlantic coastline here. Winds blow clockwise around highs, and basically the trend has been for numerous showers and thunderstorms across the northern tier of the country, from the Dakotas and Nebraska region across the Great Lakes and into the northeast. Again, that'll continue this afternoon with scattered afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms reaching the Mid-Atlantic region. Any one of those showers can dump quite a bit of rainfall in a short period of time, and any one of the thunderstorms can reach strong to severe limits. It'll become more widespread as we roll into the latter part of the week on Thursday and Friday, as well as that cold front starts to approach the Mid-Atlantic region with its associated strong upper-level low-pressure system. Now here's what the surface map should look like come Friday morning. That cold front indeed works its way to the East Coast, but once it reaches this position here, it'll kind of grind to a halt. This surface low pressure here, but keep in mind we'll have a strong upper level feature here over the Great Lakes and northeastern part of the country, and we'll get to that in a moment here. And that'll sit and spin for a few days. This front will just grind to a halt, and really there will be a corridor of moisture riding right up the East Coast out of the Gulf of Mexico from this weekend right through the early and perhaps even the middle part of next week, with, again, heavy rain potential continuing for several days to come, at least into the middle part of next week, perhaps even beyond that. Well, let's focus in on the upper air because this really tells a story, and it's why, to me, it's really an impressive pattern for the potential for some significant rainfall over the next week or 10 days or so. And flooding will certainly become more and more of an issue as we progress through this period. First of all, a very strong upper level low right now off the Pacific Northwest coast. We've had a series of these strong cold upper level lows over the last several weeks, especially setting up in the middle and eastern part of the country with numerous severe weather events and heavy rainfall events. And this unusually cold, strong upper level feature type of pattern will continue. This drops to the south and east over the next few days. Now let's jump ahead to the Friday evening forecast map from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run. And here it is, the forecast map for Friday evening in the upper levels of the atmosphere, 500 millibars. Just quite an impressive trough here. This time of the year, a trough like that almost always dictates or suggests the possibility of not only heavy rainfall, but the potential for some severe weather, colder temperatures in the upper part of the atmosphere, destabilize things. Notice out here just a tremendous ridge of high pressure in the upper part of the atmosphere, building and expanding westward into the interior west. The one major story will be the flooding rains here in the east. Another major weather story over the next several days will be the incredible heat wave over the interior part of the west from Southern California all the way to Colorado, and of course wildfire weather as well. And they'll have temperatures in interior locations up near 100 degrees by the end of the week. But watch what happens to this strong upper level trough as we progress through the next week or so. This again is Friday evening. Let's now jump ahead to Sunday evening. Still sitting and spinning there. Notice the flow along the east coast in the upper part of the atmosphere, right out of the south to the north along the east coast. That'll just allow for the possibility of Gulf of Mexico moisture to continuously ride up the east coast with this type of pattern. This is again Sunday evening, still brutally hot out here over the interior west. Let's jump ahead another 48 hours to Tuesday evening. And here you go. You still have this very wet pattern here of a south to southwest flow throughout the atmosphere along the east coast, pushing Gulf of Mexico moisture up into the eastern part of the country. So this continues the threat for heavy showers and strong thunderstorms right into the middle part of next week. Still have a ridge right along the west coast with hot weather there, and all of this suggests heavy rainfall over the next 7 days, perhaps as much as 10 days, and flooding will become an increasingly of a concern in the eastern part of the country. We've had nearly 9 inches of rain already in Philadelphia. It's not out of for the month of June. It's not out of the realm of possibility that this turns into the wettest June ever in Philadelphia. Here's, in fact, the forecast map by the NOAA forecasters for accumulated rainfall over the next 7 days or so, and they have, I think, very wisely put several inches of rain in up and down the East Coast. Basically, all these areas are 4 inches or more. This could, in fact, turn out to be underdone, but the potential certainly exists for several inches of rain up and down the East Coast over the next several days, and we'll continue to monitor closely here at the SIweather.com. That's it for now. For the SI, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorey.